I'm like, oh
Are you
yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
Because we said 10. Well, let me check. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, it says we're live, so I think we are.
Yeah, it says yes, yes.
Yeah, beautiful. Cool. Well, welcome. Welcome back to the flow, yo, with Lisa and Rose, yo.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at the little jiggle earlier. We're in the flow, yo, yo. I'll find the right jiggle. What do you call them? One day.
If we are to record our own theme song, it's gonna be hilarious.
Jingle. That's it. Yeah, we'll get a jingle going. Isn't it?
Are you going to bring Mariah Carey in?
No.
Because this is a season.
No, don't do that. Don't put that in my head, please. I've got jitsu too. That's way better. Oh, that was so funny. Oh God.
The funky town.
Oh yeah. That what a funny few days. Like honestly. So hang on. Welcome, guys. We're gonna talk and discuss the transit gate 5, which is the fixed rhythms, fixed pattern, waiting, the gate of waiting. And I do invite you to open up to talk about this because you have it. And we are in a third line, which is your line. And it's harmonic to my 15. And yeah, I've got a few funny stories around this gate 5, but I would love to give you the floor, my love, and go for it. My love. Everyone must think we're having this. We're in love. We're in the flow. I love you. I do. It's true. Oh, shit. Extreme.
The more you keep going.
Oh no.
Oh, so me, I'm taking in the floor. Okay.
Yeah. Go.
All right. Hello, lovelies. For those watching via Facebook, please click like or love so that we know who's there. And obviously, I have to focus on Lisa. So, no, just now when we started to go live, we really into this rhythm, just two of us talking. We forgot that we are supposed to do live, and we just keep on, doing our naughty stuff, saying things that hilarious, Louis being loony. Yeah, I like that. All right, so we are now in transit gate 5. The sun is transiting is sitting in gate 5. And today is in the third line. Third line we know is all about try and error. It's about compulsiveness. And I have this gate. in, you see, I can't remember. I know I have this in Mercury.
Yes.
Mercury, personality Mercury. And I also have this gate in Neptune, but in the 5th line. So speaking about that, Mercury, it's about communications, right? And this gate 5 is the gate of waiting. I love this gate, really. It makes me realize that there's nothing to rush in life. Nothing to rush in life. And it says here in the gate 5 waiting, it's a fixed pattern. This is about flowing into very specific patterns, a routine. So I know I'm a person who always have routine. My life is if I were to describe to people, it might sound boring. I wake up in the morning, I have my cold routine, cool down my body these days. And after that, I will switch on laptop and see what I need to do. And then, if I fall into a certain different routine, I'll just keep on continuing. So this is gate 5. People have gate 5. It's all about finding the routines that makes you healthy. So if I go to bed at 12 midnight, makes me healthy, and wake up at 7 makes me healthy. So that will be my routine. So if I get into something that is not healthy for me, like for example, this is also people who happen to eat the same thing over and over again. So if I started to eat something that is not healthy, I'm going to get stuck with that routine, and it's going to affect my body. So we need routine. We need specific patterns in life. And this gate thinks that waiting as an active state of awareness. This is really about waiting to flow into certain directions. So I don't have 15, you have 15. And this is why we comes in with full resonance. You have 15 in third line, I have 5 in third line, and you have 15 also in your Mercury, and I have 5 in my Mercury. And we bang into each other and we start to communicate like nonstop. Undefined sacral for both projector, not knowing when enough is enough. We went through that period as well. And so what happened here is that it's just me without the 15. I tried to break free from certain routine and I couldn't. I wanted to jump into a new flow, into a new routine, and I couldn't. So I get very, sometimes can be very compulsive in terms of stuck in the same routine. And I do not have enough energy to create a new routine, for example. And I can get stuck into this, keep on doing and doing and doing things. If it's healthy. If it's not, then it's going to be very damaging for me. So this, in the end, I can only do is to wait because it's third line, wait to break bond with certain routine. Like I remember I told you, I've been talking about this before. I used to sleep very late since 2016, 2017, because, I study with IHDS, most teacher are in United States. So I stay up late, and my common sleep hour will be around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., sometimes 4 a.m. I remember when we did Living Your Design Guide training, to wake up 8 o'clock to see you in Carla is very difficult for me, right? So my wake up hours would be like 10, 11, sometimes 12, and it affecting my mood really bad.
Yeah.
And then when I started to communicate with you, your 15 and third line bring me into a new directions, into a new flow. It changed my sleep routine without I even try to break bond with it. It's just like completely shift. And now I go to bed 11, sometimes 12. And by 10, 10:30, I already start to not able to function. So I just want to relax. And then I wake up at 7, 8. The most late I wake up, it will be 9 if I really want to, just having extra relaxations in the morning. So this break bond. So we're talking about waiting to make bond, because it's that line, waiting to make bond into specific routine. So now I feel so grateful. Every time when I talk about this, I say, this is one of many things, progress that you bring in my life. It's actually changing my sleep routine, which I feel so great. Changing that the cycle in my body. So this waiting, something that, because it's in my communication. So I really like to always telling people, wait, just wait. Don't do anything. Yeah, just wait for the right timing. Wait for the right timing. And I've been preached about waiting for the right timing because I can see waiting will put us in a place at the right timing. Will bring us into meeting right people at the right timing. And why it says waiting as an active step of awareness, because the mind really doesn't like to wait. The mind's just, the mind's just like, waiting, no thanks. I just want to initiate. It depends on your desire. Where is your openness? I'm designed, in my not self, my mind always want me to initiate. I'm designed, part of me wants to be a manifester. And the mind will always say, go ahead, do it, don't wait. But as I did conditioning, I started to see that the body itself is it's in natural rhythm to wait. I mean, come on. If we are not giving this power to wait, if you want a baby, you right away, you say, I want a baby right now, and boom, you have a baby, So it's all about waiting for the right timing to deliver, waiting for the right timing to be in the right place, waiting for the right timing to be with people that you love. And waiting is something beautiful. I mean, I learned it from my fifth line. It says waiting as an aspect of enlightenment. So I see that everything in this life is waiting. The flower waiting for the right timing to bloom. The bees waiting for the right timing to do whatever that they are designed to do to
Pollinate.
yeah. And everything, even cats. Even I remember when I was taking a walk in the park, I saw this great egret bird sitting by the water next, sitting by the, I think, sitting next, by the water, and it's just sitting still and waiting for the right timing to catch a fish. And I remember I took a photo and I show you. I said, "That's me waiting for the right timing." Yeah, waiting for the right timing for everything. So what happened in this week is this gave us the energy to wait, or maybe not to wait, in the not self, especially when we do not have undefined, when we have undefined sacral, we have tendency to try to push through and not waiting. And waiting to make progress.
Yeah.
It's grounded in the 35, waiting to make progress. And I always see that when I connect with you, you have 35 as well. And I can see that right at the right timing, we constantly making progress from time to time. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, so much to talk about this, but I want to hear from you because you have a lot of recognitions that you see through me and as well through your 15.5 and your 35. Yeah, would love to hear you giving that
Personal perspective on it.
personal perspective. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I can see why it's such a powerful connection for me, especially with you having it in the third line. I certainly connect to many people that hold that gate. For some reason, a lot in the fifth line, and you've got that as well. But I don't think I have witnessed, well, not that I've noticed and had their designs, but have I experienced a 5-3 and in full resonance that I know of. So yeah, because I do have the 35, and that it's grounded, its polarity is the 5, and then also it's the harmonic to my gate of extremes, the love of humanity being, you've pulled me into a new flow. Well, together, we've collided, this collision to move in, to make progress together. I love seeing people like you that have the 5 that are habitual, that are quite rigid in your routine. And it's something that I used to, when I was younger, especially, be like, I just can't seem to have a particular routine with things. But some things, yes, depending on what I was doing. If, I'm called to it, like if it really sings to me and it's something that I really want to move into, I can have somewhat of a routine. But as I got older, and especially knowing human design, it's just, I'm here to be more flexible. So it's so beautiful to have this awareness of how different we are, and especially in collaboration, to see that. And it's great that we're both in that third line, needing to break the bond sometimes. It's a very individual line, it's a very mutative line. So if I'm sitting down for too long and too focused and just in that routine, nothing new is going to come out of me. I have to sort of break away to then, feel something just come through and hit me. And that's why it's sort of this extreme. It's just like, I've got this come in, and let's do that, and let's make progress, and but I'm just seeing this beautiful symmetry at the moment. And it's gate 5 is grounded in this 35, this gate of progress, which I have, which is connecting to your 36. So pulling you into, you're pulling me into a new experience. Together we're making progress, and it just feels correct. And to identify for myself this waiting as well, as a projector, this active state, waiting is an active state of awareness. It's not every day that I want to collaborate with someone. It's sort of come at the right timing. Like, I've sort of wanted it all my life, but I've never been able to find that other, that just, I don't know, we seem to have the same sort of taste and want to correct and perfect the same things. We're interested, there's enough affinities together that it makes this relationship work so well. And so I've kind of just been off doing my thing, developing in my expression alone. And it's been great. I've enjoyed it. I really have. But I really was getting to a point where I don't want to do business alone. I do want to work with someone, but I sort of want to come in as an individual and be able to, not morph together, but, work together and then break away and just, be able to come in as individuals and have fun and play. And so, I've been waiting too. And together it came through, as we saw within the solar returns, very much both there, to be in each other's awareness at this point in time in our lives, and very clearly within our Uranus opposition. So it's just this, it's the breath of life that connects everything. And we can see that, as you were saying, this right timing to move into, be called into a new flow, and same with me. And so, it's just so nice that we can, you stay in your new routine, and me coming into a new flow as well, but being able to still, break the bond and have a sort of more of a, dancing on those, finding the balance within my extremes. So it's really nice to see how while waiting and just being aware of who comes into your life and how they truly feel, and there's no resistance. So it's like responding to this new cycle, really. There's no resistance. It just feels correct. There was no mental real dialogue. Of course, we both were like, if the mind tries to figure out what's going on here, it's a bit confusing, but we're we've both been very attuned to how the body feels and how there's no resistance there. You both just feel correct and wanting to jump into this experience, saying yes to life and surrendering to whatever the experience brings, and bringing in our awareness, and as true nine-centered beings, just being able to play and show each other how we can create a conscious business together as such, and move into this new flow together, how we can be together but not.
And these 5 and 15 together with 35 and 36, these are collective channels. So these, creating a patterns, creating a certain rhythm, certain flow. What 15 and 5 actually do for humanity is they pull humanity into certain patterns, certain flow. And with this flow, we find directions as humanity. We find the love of humanity through the love of humanity. And we go into specific directions, moving toward the future and making progress along the way. Of course, there will be crises along the way, but making progress as 5 to 35. And I have not observed on the collective scale. I did not see any pattern that very obvious at this moment. What shift right now, what influence people through Gate 5 globally. But I really feel that 5, when we attune to 5, it's really give us nice step as we unfold our life, rather than rushing into new directions, rather than rushing into into love, rather than rushing into experience.
Moving away from where you think you need to be going and waiting to respond to a new flow, or letting go. Letting go to something, a pattern that just does, as you were saying before, it doesn't serve you anymore. Like, is it do you feel stagnant? Do you need to break the bond with that? Find a new rhythm, find a new flow. So this might be a time where people are really starting to sense that. Like I've made with PTL1, I was finding, my focus was very much in guiding with living your design, which is beautiful, but I've completed that for the year, and I'm looking forward to moving into having my focus in PTL1 and set up a new flow with Aditya to dive into that. So setting up a few new rhythms that'll assist as we move through and progress into 2022. So not creating this rigid, but as I said, as an extreme, like the Gate of Extremes, it's like whatever I love and whatever I want to move into, I then can be fixed into this new flow. And so, I'm seeing many new patterns, actually, things, again, this whole quarter of mutation, the old is dying and I'm seeing the new coming through and transforming. And I love it. Just moving. I just love watching the pattern of the mandala and how we move and merge with it, just being in the flow of how we are being conditioned, but conditioned in a way that you're aware of what's coming through and how it feels, and not mentally being bothered by it, not being pushed around by it, but we're working with it. There's no resistance. And yeah, so I was saying to my students yesterday, it's like, yeah, what do you know, even for projectors, still, like, what are you open to? What are these patterns that, you know, you want to say yes to and move into? Or is it time to break, you know, the old patterns? Yeah. So yeah, it's just so much assessment and refinement, I feel like, within this quarter. It's been powerful. Yeah.
Amazing. Hi, Yinfei. I saw Yinfei live with us.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to point out something, which I probably didn't say it very obvious. Waiting as an active state of awareness. When you are attuned to your natural rhythm, waiting is no longer become a mental burden. So instead of the mind keep on thinking waiting is something that is not productive.
Yeah.
So our mind have tendency to relate waiting as not productive. Why do I wait? You know, because we've been programmed to think that way. But when we are connecting, attuned to our natural rhythm, then we know, okay, this is my natural rhythm. And therefore the mind is no longer thinking about waiting, but rather become a active state of awareness. The mind becomes very aware of when, in my case, when to break certain pattern and when not to break certain patterns, when to be compulsive and when not to be compulsive, when knowing when enough is enough. So this is why it says waiting an active state of awareness. This is naturally, we as human beings, waiting shouldn't be something that labeled as unproductive, but rather an active state of awareness to see, to recognize pattern in life. And life is built based on pattern, even abstract. In the end, you know, abstract intertwined with the logic. Logic has patterns to it. So, yeah, I mean, what can I communicate through my Mercury to everyone is wait, find your own flow, find your own pattern. Just wait. Even you are a manifester, you have specific timing to initiate. It's not, you can't initiate all the time. So this is where waiting comes in. Yeah.
Talking about manifesto, I have to, like, the funny thing, I think I mentioned it to you the other day, you know, I just had this sort of impulse come over me, like I just couldn't resist. I just felt like, you know what, I want to book my Uranus opposition, you know. And I was sort of dancing around it all day in my mind. I was like, oh, you know, I can feel it coming in. And especially this year, my solar return, it was the start of the development for all that. And, you know, this collaboration, and you're here, and you know, we know what that transition sort of looks like. We'll discover that. I will discover that soon. But funnily enough, you know, I booked it, and gate 5 had arrived. I looked at the transit. I was like, I wonder what it was that was like made me feel so impulsive. And I didn't, you know, I know the mandala, but I don't know off the top of my head what gate is coming next. I knew what gate we were in. And, you know, I look at it and I was like, oh my God, it's the 5-1. And, you know, that I booked it with Alokan and Diaz, and he's a 5-1. And I just went, holy Jesus, like how funny, you know, it just connecting me into that flow, like just pulled me in. It's just like, boom, here it is. And I love seeing the pattern of my connection with him. And, you know, my Saturn return is the cross of consciousness. That's his son. My son is 15. And I just see lots of beautiful symmetries that are going on. But I just found that so bizarre. Like I was just like, holy doolies, like it was so strong. I was just like, clarity came through me. I was just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I definitely want to book the Uranus opposition. I feel now's the time. I feel good. I want to discover it, you know? And then I look and I'm like, whoa, there's the 5. Yeah. So yeah, that was a funny moment. It was really, really cool to see how powerful 5 is for me. Yeah.
Serendipity. Always at the right timing. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, seeing the patterns. So yeah, being able to see both of us are very strong in, both suns in logic, and being able to recognize the patterns and experience the patterns. And it's so fun. Like it's incredible to be able to witness all of this, and it just continually surprises me, like forever awe-inspired. There's something that always comes in and you're just like, wow, like it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful how it works. So we are all connected to life. We are life. We're not separate from it. So it's just this ebb and flow, and just waiting and being aware of what comes in and where you're moving. And as you said beautifully, like just being able to appreciate the stillness and to sit and wait. It's still active. It's consciousness. Everything is still moving and transforming around us, and we're moving with it. That's a really nice message definitely to put out, is to especially with all this transformation going on and shift, background frequency coming in soon, all of that, we can't plan the future. We can just be in our eternal now, and just to really feel in deeply to it and how we feel, and do we feel good about our movement in life and what we're doing and the pattern that we're in, and who we're dealing with, and all of those things. So taking time out just to be able to witness and to watch, to be aware.
We are at 31 minutes. So
there we go. Nice. That seems to be our
this is nice. All right, so I guess that's it from us. Follow your strategy and authority, and enjoy observing patterns. Enjoy waiting.
Yes. We'll see you next week.
Bye everyone.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.